Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another unboxing and first impression for you, and this is the House of Mauboussin. House of Mauboussin is a Parisian French perfume brand, more like the house, because their main business for more than 150 years has been jewelry. So their main business is jewelry. They started in jewelry, but later on they ventured into perfumes. I think around 1970s they started to venture into perfumes, and the rest is history, because this brand, this house, this brand, they make very good perfumes, especially for the price. Because they are jewelry company first, attention to detail is superb. So their presentation usually with bottles are very good, and they are reasonably priced, they are affordable, they are accessible, but they don't skimp on the quality of their perfumes, on the perfumery, which is very good for us consumers. We're getting very high quality perfumes for very affordable prices. I unboxed and reviewed many of their fragrances before, and each of them was impressive. So very impressive brand. Every time they put something out, I have to check them because I know how good they are. So at the moment, they do, I think altogether they have around 40 perfumes in their lineup, some for ladies, some for men. So they don't put that many perfumes out, maybe once a year, maybe once every 2 years. But when they do, you have to pay attention again because they are special. So this one in particular came out last year, 2024, and it's called Star For Men from Mauboussin. Is EDP 90ml. It retails for £75, but you can find it discounted almost everywhere if you do your research, if you are interested. At the moment in United Kingdom you can find it under £30. For that price, let's see how it goes. But please, before I do the unboxing, if you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great, and they could be hidden gems. Thank you for your support, and let's go. So this one, because I bought it, somebody was selling it basically partially. It's mostly full, but because it's partial, it doesn't have any plastic on it, so it goes like this. So the box itself is quite simple. It doesn't have anything spectacular, but as always the box is there just to protect the bottle, which is doing the good job in here. So let's see the bottle. Oh, the bottle is very nice looking. Look at this. It's a little bit on the futuristic side of things and a little bit on the strange side, but overall quite eye-catching, quite striking, very unusual. Look at it. So it looks like this. It looks like a triangle, obviously because it's a star. It's got like a triangle, a star on it, and the cap, it says Mauboussin on top, and this very heavy cap. Ooh, so pure metal, and it's about 100 gram, 150 gram of pure metal, which is very nice. It's very shiny, and is overall is a dark color. I think it's a very dark gray overall, or almost black. So let's go to atomizer. Is modern and silver, and here we go. Very good atomizer. Almost is going to the realm of what's his name, they pressurized, but it's not pressurized. So it's very good. So far so good. So the bottle is beautiful, very futuristic, very unusual, very unique, and it's very eye-catching, and also very good quality in the hand. The box is very simple, but it does the job perfectly. So let's get to the smell. Here we go. First impression, and this is Star For Men by Mauboussin, EDP 90ml. Huh. So first thing it hits me is the tobacco. So it's a very, oh, I can taste it in my mouth. It's so strong. Okay, so it's very, very strong. Be careful when you put it on your skin. Don't go close to the nose immediately because it's very, very strong. At the moment, it's just basically went to my nostril, went to my mouth, everywhere. Anyway, so first thing it hits me is the tobacco. The tobacco is very prominent, and it's a pipe tobacco, it's a sweet tobacco, it's honey tobacco, it's a little bit leafy tobacco as well, but mainly it's a pipe, honeyed, sweet tobacco. Wow. After the tobacco, I'm getting leather, and the leather in here is quite dark. The coloration is quite appropriate here because it's quite dark. For the first impression, I would classify this perfume as semi-fresh to semi-dark. So it has got some semi-darkness to it. Although it doesn't, at the moment, it's not fully darkened, but it is quite dark. So the leather in here is quite rough. It is a little bit on the rugged side of things. It's a little bit of like a realistic worn leather jacket. So you need to like this kind of perfumes to enjoy it. Otherwise, it will put you off because it's very, very prominent, at least for the first impression. So right now, the honey, sweet tobacco, pipe tobacco, yes. Plus that big leather, which is quite rugged, it's quite dark, it's quite hint of animaticness, very, very tiny amount. Yeah, very tiny amount of animaticness in here, which is coming from the leather. So far so good, but let's see what else we get. Spices. So it's quite spicy. I'm smelling at least cinnamon, I'm smelling nutmeg, I'm smelling saffron. It's very spicy, it's quite deep, it's quite dense. Hint of incense in here as well. Yeah, just a hint of incense, not too much, just giving it a little bit of smokiness. So a hint of smokiness, hint of dustiness, hint of even powderiness to it as well. The powderiness is very interesting because it smells to my nose like a floral powdery. So it could be lily of the valley or it could be iris. Yeah, it's quite powdery, and the powderiness is coming from probably lily of the valley or iris in here. I can't distinguish it because at the moment it's so well amalgamated, it's very difficult to pick up notes. So when you get it, unless you know what you're looking for, it's very difficult to distinguish, to open it up and say what is in here, or at least for now, for first impression. So sweet, from 0 to 10 being the sweetest, around 6 to 7. So it is quite sweet. As I said, that tobacco is quite sweet, it's quite honeyed, it's quite vanillic smell to it. So quite a vanilla, big vanilla in the base. I can smell that, and that vanilla giving it very, very smooth ride. So it's quite smooth, it's quite well blended, it's quite well put together. The perfumery is very, very good in here. I don't know if there is a perfume mentioned for it, but I smell quality, I smell know-how, I smell knowledge, I smell experience. So whoever puts this perfume together, they have a very good knowledge of perfumery, and you can tell that by the smell because the amalgamation of this perfume is so well done. Quite woody in the base as well, but the woods are quite clean. I would say cedar sandalwood combination in terms of wood, but the mids is dominated by a little bit of florals. So not big florals, but it's quite floral in the mid as well. So let's see what they say in terms of note breakdown on Fragrantica. So this is according to Fragrantica. So we have cardamom and black pepper on top, we have incense and saffron, very interesting, and in the base we have vanilla, amber, patchouli, cedar and iris. There is no mention of tobacco, there is no mention of leather, and there is no mention of, apart from iris, florals in here, which is very interesting. To my nose, it's got more than these what they are mentioning in here. But anyway, so cardamom and black pepper, yes, they are there and they are quite distinct. Now I know it is quite distinguishedly there, but they are not a huge player. The bigger player to my nose are the tobacco and the leather, because those two are almost dominant in here. So the spiciness, there is a cardamom to it. Now I saw the cardamom, it is very distinctly cardamom, but it's a combination of few things. So cardamom, yes, black pepper, giving it that fizzy feel, and also a little of that black peppery feel. The incense is quite smoky in here, and the saffron giving it depth of the spiciness. But to my nose, there is a cinnamon nutmeg combination definitely in here, which they're not mentioning. And also they're not mentioning leather, they're not mentioning tobacco, but to my nose there are some tobacco definitely and some leather definitely. Maybe there is a, because saffron sometimes can give leathery effect, but it won't be this deep. So for me, this is more like a proper leather accord rather than just a hint of leather coming from the saffron. So the amber is very deep in here. So it's dense, deep, thick, dark, gooey, sticky, sweet, resinous, and spicy and incensey. So you need to like this kind of amber to enjoy it. There is no effervescent feel to this whatsoever. It's quite dense and thick and heavy and strong in the same time. The patchouli giving it that big depth. I can smell the patchouli very distinctly in here, because not only is giving it that chocolatey feel, but it is very heavy patchouli in here, which they are utilizing. The cedar sandalwood combination, again, to my nose, there is a sandalwood in here which they're not mentioning, but that smooth ride, the combination of the vanilla, the sandalwood plus the iris in making it very smooth in here. So it's quite smooth, it's quite rounded, it's quite well blended, it's very well put together. So if you like this kind of fragrances, absolutely yes. The only thing is, this is very mature. I would say at least 25 years and older, if not 30 years and older. The reason is because it's going to, for my experience, this is better suited for people who have some experience in life, some experience in having perfumes, or many kind of perfumes. So if you're that person, then okay. But if you're not, so for example, you're somebody new into the fragrances, you are very young, you haven't smelled that many perfumes, and you are into your freshies and fresh fragrances, this is going to be giving you a little bit of shock in here, because that dark leather plus that prominent tobacco notes plus all the incense and the spices and the deep amber in here and the woodiness of it all together, giving it quite a big character in here, which is not to be basically, it's not for the faint-hearted, let's put it that way. To some extent it reminds me of Leighton, maybe less, maybe a little bit of Leighton in here, but Leighton is not this dark, you know what I mean? So to me this is darker than Leighton. And also to some extent Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler. So Thierry Mugler, the DNA of Pure Havane is much bigger in here to me than the Leighton. The only thing is, this is for first impression, it could develop and become different, proportion of this perfume. But if you like Leighton, and if you like the idea of maybe mixture of Leighton and Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler, this is a very gorgeous perfume. And when I say gorgeous, I mean for me, for my experience, for my age, for my taste. This is not everybody's taste, you have to know this. Okay, so let's go to the recap. So to recap this beautiful perfume, the House of Mauboussin done it again. Every time they put out a perfume, they do this. They come up with something that is giving you a little bit of uniqueness, although this is not a unique. When we say combination of perfumes, that's not unique, but they put their own twist to it, and that twist is towards the darkness. Anyway, so warm, spicy, yeah, it's very spicy. So it opens up with a huge spice, which is cardamom, black pepper, saffron, cinnamon, nutmeg, all these things giving it a big spicy aspect. Also I'm smelling tonka bean in the base, which is not mentioning again. Anyway, amber is huge in here, and it's a very dense, thick, resinous, spicy, sweet, dark, and gooey and sticky amber. So you need to like this kind of amber to enjoy it. It's massive, it's big, it's heavy, it's dense. Vanilla, yeah, it is very apparent that vanilla, but it's a combination of vanilla and tonka bean in here to give it that beautiful sweetness in here. The sweetness is ample enough. It's not too much, it's not too little, but overall it's quite sweet. So you need to like a sweet perfumes to enjoy it. The woods are quite clean in the base, which is a combination of, see, the sandalwood to my nose, and a little hint of balsamicness, hint of camphorous, hint of dustiness in here, hint of smokiness, hint of powderiness, which is mainly coming from the iris. The iris in here is not a prominent iris, and it's not an iris that is utilized in Dior Homme line. So it is a different kind of iris. Is most likely, it's more like the traditional way of iris rather than the Dior Homme iris, which is a lipsticky kind of iris. In here is more like a soft and medicinal iris. Okay, so very, very aromatic. Yes, quite aromatic, and the aromaticness is mainly coming from that combination of spices plus the amber in here, plus that tobacco note. The tobacco note is quite green, it's quite aromatic, it's quite leafy, it's quite pipey, it's honeyed, it's sweet, so, and also spicy in the same time. Hint of powderiness, hint of smokiness, and fresh spiciness, of course, is layers and layers of spiciness, which I mentioned earlier. So if you like this kind of perfumes, you enjoy this. Definitely on the mature side, I would say 25 years and older, if not 30 years and older. Definitely better suited for cooler weather, because this is much denser and thicker and darker than the ones I mentioned. That reminds me to some extent, which is Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler and Leighton by Parfum de Mali. And also this is very good for going out, for the evening, for a special occasion, for special ceremonies. Very, very opulent and very, very well done. But because the price is right, under £30 doesn't break the bank, you can use it anytime you want, anywhere you want. It's only a recommendation. In terms of gender, this is definitely on the masculine side of things. But if you are a lady and you like this kind of fragrances, there's nothing in here to make it an uber masculine, okay? Although it's quite masculine, it's very, very masculine. But if you're a lady and you like this kind of fragrance, why not? All perfumes have no gender. If you like a perfume, you wear it. If you don't like a perfume, don't wear it. As simple as that. And ratio for what I paid, what I get in here is very, very high. First of all, Pure Havane doesn't exist anymore, and if you find it, it's a ridiculously expensive perfume. And Parfum de Mali Leighton is around £250 for 100 ml. So you do the math, this is under £30, and those two are very, very expensive. So the representation of value in here is very, very high. Okay guys, so for the first impression, I'll give it 2 thumbs up. Yes, 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 it's up my alley. I love it. It's good for my taste. I like this kind of perfumes, but again, it could be, I don't think is everybody's cup of tea, unless you like the description I gave you. Okay guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great, and they're hidden gems, and this beauty is definitely a hidden gem. If you are interested in purchasing one of my own perfumes and support me that way and get something very, very beautiful in return, you could do that. I'll leave them in the link. I'm the perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker. So they are true handmade perfumes just for you lucky people in the United Kingdom. I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of. And that makes them huge, bold, big, artistic, unique, and they are like time capsule. They take you different places, different time, and they are absolutely gorgeous, if I say myself as well. Thank you very much as always for watching. Thank you for your love and support, and I'll see you later. Bye bye bye.